Video number 5, the warrior postures and the vinyasa to seated. After practicing 5 rounds each of Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B, and all of the standing postures we've gone over thus far, from Samastitihi we move into the warrior postures, beginning with Utkatasana, the fierce posture. So we take a vinyasa to get there. This vinyasa, or a series of movements linked with the breath, is just like Surya Namaskar A until we get to downward facing dog. So from Samastitihi, inhaling, raise your arms overhead, tilt the head back behind the arms and look at the thumbs. Exhale to fold forward, ribs to the thighs, head down. Inhale, lift the chest, head up, and exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Utkatasana, jump the feet up between the hands, feet together, legs together. Hips low, keep the knees bent as you inhale into Utkatasana. So, gazing at the hands, try to press the hands together and straighten the elbows. If you can't quite do that, it's okay to have the arms just be parallel. Tilt the head back, look up at your thumbs. Squeeze your thighs together, sit low and reach high for 5 breaths here. And then exhale as you bring the hands to the floor. We'll give a little jump up on the inhale and then exhale back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Virabhadrasana, the warrior posture. The right foot steps forward, so the left heel turns down, heels in a line. Square the hips and inhale, reach up, look up at the thumbs. So deep bend in the right knee. Keep that right knee above the ankle. Don't let it come forward of the midfoot, and don't let it collapse inward. Lift and open the chest. Lengthen the neck as you look up at your thumbs. Reach up. And then inhale to straighten the front leg. Pivot on the heels. Keep the arms in position. Switch sides. And exhale, bending now the left knee. Breathe deeply. Keep both legs strong. Sink low in the pelvis, but reach high. Lift the rib cage. And inhale, exhale into B position. So opening the body toward the side and the arms in a line. Reaching through the fingertips at shoulder height. Turn your head and gaze over your left hand. Try to bring your left thigh towards parallel with the floor, keeping that knee above the ankle and the back leg super strong. Tailbone down, the front of the pelvis rises up. Inhale and exhale to switch sides. Gazing over the right hand, try to align your chin over your right shoulder. Keep the shoulders down and tension in the arms. After 5 breaths, bring the hands to the floor, and for now just step back and lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, open the chest, keep the legs strong, lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. So now we've come to the vinyasa to take a seat. So we're going to shift the gaze forward, shift the shoulders forward so they come over the wrists and really press into the hands. Keep the hips lifting as you cross one leg and then the other. So crossing the shins, keep the hips lifting as you bring your knees forward through your arms and sit down with control. Coming into Dandasana position, the staff posture. So the legs are straight, the feet are together and dorsiflexed with the toes drawing back towards the hips. Press the palms into the mat at your sides. Lengthen and lift through the spine. Lift and open the heart. Engage the pelvic floor. Draw in the low belly and gently tuck the chin down, gazing at the tip of the nose. This is Dandasana. Very active posture. Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend, A position. Reach forward, clasp hold of the big toes and lift the chest, head up. Exhale, fold forward, head down. So some variations here. You can bend the knees if you need to, or if that feels like a better stretch on your low back. Eventually you'll get the legs straight. And then you can flex the spine until you can touch your nose to your knee. It's okay to round a little there. Eventually you'll come more into a flat extension of the spine as you reach your chin towards your shin. Keep the elbows lifting and the shoulder blades sliding down the back, so the arms are still active. Legs are very active, feet flexed, quadriceps engaged, and even the hamstrings, which are being stretched, lightly engaged. So we never want to fully let go of the muscles that are being stretched. Inhale, lift the chest, head up. Exhale there and switch your hand position now, taking the fingertips underneath the feet and the thumbs at the base of the big toe for B position. So it's always an inhale to lift the chest, head up, and an exhale to fold deeply forward. Relax the shoulders. Breathe deeply. This is Paschimottanasana B, seated forward bend. Again, you can bend the knees if necessary. Inhale, lift the chest, head up. And if possible, switch to C position. So either clasping the fingers or the wrist beyond the feet. Again, inhale, lift the chest. And exhale to fold forward. It's also an option to just repeat A or B position. Breathe deeply. When clasping the wrist, the preferred hand position is to make a gentle fist with a hand whose wrist is being clasped. So no Jnana Mudra, no straight extended fingers, just a gentle fist. Inhale, head up. Exhale there. And now the Vinyasa back. Hands to the floor. We cross the shins and draw the thighs in towards the chest. Inhaling, pick the body up. Then you can come down, move your hands forward, shift your weight into your arms, and step back and exhale down to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So again, the Vinyasa. You can try jumping this time. So shifting the gaze forward, the shoulders come over the wrists, and jump, crossing the feet in midair. Land lightly. Use your core strength to help you bring your knees and your legs through, and sit down. Purvottanasana, stretching the front of the body. Bring the hands shoulder width apart, about a foot or a foot and a half behind your shoulders, and inhale, lift up. Keep the legs together. Try to bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Open the chest. Let the head rest gently back. Gaze towards the tip of your nose. Keep strengthening the legs and opening the front of the body. Exhale to come down. Again, the Vinyasa. Crossing the shins, squeeze the knees together and in towards the chest, and inhale, pick it up. You can then come down, even tuck the feet under, shift the weight forward, and step back, lowering down with control into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Again, Vinyasa. So there's a lot of options to practice this very challenging move. Jump, keep the knees up. Try to bring the legs through the arms before you sit down, and then using the exhalation and your core strength, unroll slowly down until you're lying flat. So again, we'll do this half bridge posture. Bend the knees, bring your feet up to your heels. Bring your heels up to your fingertips, and then inhale, lift the hips. Scoot the shoulder blades together underneath you, interlace the fingers, and press the arms along the mat. Press the heart towards the chin. Keep the neck long and relaxed. Pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, reaching the knees toward the front of the mat, and exhale to come down. One more time. So this is preparatory for the upward facing bow posture, the full back bend. So again, the half bridge, lift the hips, interlace the fingers, shift your weight from side to side to get the shoulder blades closer together underneath you. And then use the glutes, a little toning in the glutes. Don't clench them, but they can help to open the front of the hip flexors. Try to distribute a back bend evenly through the spine. Heart towards the chin, shoulders down. The inner thighs can roll down towards the floor. And exhale, come down. Urdhva Dhanurasana, if you're ready. So you can always just repeat the half bridge, or you can bring the hands up by the shoulders, keep the upper arms parallel, elbows in, and use the inhalation to press up either to the top of the head or all the way up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, the upward facing bow posture. Try to keep your feet parallel. Really, it's important not to let the feet splay out to the side. So think about the inner thighs also being parallel as much as possible. And then really press through the arms. Keep the legs strong. Relax your glutes a bit here. And then lift the head out of the way. Exhale, lower down to the shoulders. Okay? So you can repeat that if you like. Or just hug the knees into the chest. Hug yourself into a little ball. Release the low back. Again, prepare. So bringing the hands by the shoulders, upper arms parallel. Inhale, press on up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you like, you can walk your hands slightly closer to your feet to deepen the back bend. Think about the heart coming forward through the arms. The neck is long, gazing towards the tip of the nose, or perhaps down at the mat between your hands. Keep the legs strong, and the glutes toned but fairly relaxed. Lift the head out of the way and exhale to lower down to the shoulders. Again, hugging the knees into the chest. Releasing in the low back. And then inhale, rock yourself up to a seat. For the counter pose, Paschimottanasana. So again, this seated forward bend, this is a finishing posture. Inhale to lift the chest, take whichever hand position you prefer, preferably your deepest one. But you can even bend the knees if you need to. It's up to you. We're stretching the back, counter pose to the back bend. Exhale to fold forward. And breathe deeply. So now this is the finishing posture after the back bend. So we stay a bit longer. Take 10 deep, steady, loud Ujjayi breaths. So relaxing and slowing down the breathing here. We want to calm down the nervous system and slow down the breath as we near the end of the practice. So this is a bit more relaxed version than the previous Paschimottanasana. That said, the feet are still flexed, the legs are still engaged, shoulders relaxed. Breathing deeply. You can adjust yourself in these postures. On the inhalation, it's a chance to kind of lift up a little bit, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale slightly more deeply into each posture. Even though this is a more relaxed Paschimottanasana, the arms are still lifted, the legs are still engaged. Inhale, lift the chest. We come into, again, Sukhasana, the easy posture, cross-legged. We'll come to Padmasana. This is a preparation for the lotus posture. If you've learned the lotus posture with a qualified teacher, you can do it here. But if not, just wait till we get there. It's coming soon. So for now, Sukhasana, with a very tall, lifted spine. So a neutral pelvis, a bit of support at the pelvic floor and the low abdomen with Mula Banta, the root lock, and Uddiyana Banta, flying upward lock. Calming the mind. Practice making the duration of the inhalation and exhalation equal. And then lie down as you exhale and take rest. Relax the body, relax the mind. Stay there for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Practice all of these postures you've learned thus far at least 4 to 6 times for at least 1 week before moving on to the next video. Remember, it's always fine to make modifications if necessary. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit, it's better to do that than to compromise the integrity of the posture. If you prefer to do a half bridge as opposed to a full upward facing bow, then just do the half bridge. It's fine. It's all coming in time. Allow yourself time for the body to open up. Establish the discipline of a regular practice. Namaste.